Sometimes when we subtract exponents because of the division rule, we get a negative exponent. So if I did 3 minus 5, I would get x to the negative 2. Well, I'm not allowed to have negative exponents. That's not considered simplified. So what does this mean? If you have a negative exponent that's on the numerator, because x to the negative 2 is over 1, then that means the base, which in this case is going to be the whole thing because x is holding up the negative 2, the base goes to the denominator. So we would simplify this and then say x to the positive 2 on the bottom, and the 1 would come up top. So by putting it on the denominator, the exponent becomes positive, which is what we need when we simplify expressions with exponents. All right, so if I give you the example with a coefficient in front, and this is what I said, and I said simplify. Well, what holds up the negative 3? Well, the base does. Well, the base in this case is just x, not the 2. So your final answer is going to be 2 over x to the third, because only x to the third moves on the denominator so that the 3 can become positive. The biggest mistake is that students take this 2 and also put it on the denominator, but that's not correct. Now, what if I gave you 2x to the 7th over x to the negative 3? Well, now we have a negative exponent on the denominator, so what do you think we do? Well, the negative comes up top to the numerator. So now we're going to have 2x to the 7 times x to the positive 3. So yeah, we get to do the multiplication rule, and we simplify it to 2x to the 10th. All right, now the last example I want to look at would be, let's see, 2x to the negative 4 over 4y to the negative 7. Okay, well, the first thing that we need to do is simplify our coefficients. So, 2 over 4. 2 divided, I'm going to draw the first thing I'm going to do is draw my fraction bar. 2 over 4 is 1 over 2. Then, I have x to the negative 4. Well, it's negative, so this whole thing needs to go to the denominator, and then the 4 becomes positive. Well, now I have y to the negative 7. This whole thing, meaning y, my base y, needs to come to the numerator so that it can become positive 7. And this is our final answer.